up? It's Cinema Shogun here, and when I got out of surgery the other day, I had so many messages. So many people checking up on me to see if I'm okay, asking me how I was doing, how the surgery went, and I'm still going through all of those messages, and I'd like to thank all of you all for your concern. But I also had like a dozen messages from people asking me if I heard the news that Brian Laundrie's mom got arrested. And when I saw this, I had to double take at my phone, like, is this like the anesthesia still like wearing off? You know, maybe some type of maybe the meds are kicking in. What is this? And I didn't have a chance to look into it right then. I had just got out of surgery. I was out of it. But something in my mind told me, you know what? I bet this is the same culprit striking again. The same guy who has constantly spread fake rumors about this case since the beginning is probably at it again, because I warned you all. Now that this lawsuit has gotten filed, the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie story is going to become a big story again. And you're going to see a lot of the people who ditched the story and stopped talking about it start talking about it again, because now the story is gaining traction. Over here, we never abandoned the story. We've been going on about the story, you know, since it began, and I'm going to continue covering it until the trial is over. So I don't even want to give any light to this guy's name. I've addressed it before. I think other people have addressed it as well. But this person has just constantly put out like fake information, purposely put out fake information. He purposely shared fake autopsy photos of Gabby Petito, purposely shared a bunch of fake sightings of Brian Laundrie. And personally, like, I don't have anything against the person. I really don't care what people do on their YouTube channels. I'm a live and let live type of guy. The only reason I have to address it is because this person seems to cover like most of the same stories I do. And I constantly get people asking me, hey, is this true? Did this really happen? Is this real? And all of these lies and rumors seem to like 99% of the time come from one freaking source. He's even recently been spreading fake information about the Bob Saget case and things like that. So apparently he released something talking about how Brian Laundrie's mother was arrested. And no, she was not arrested. What he did though was he tried to spin off a news article that was released by The Sun and basically tried to inject it with a bunch of fake information. There is no new information really out there about the Gabby Petito case right now. If there was, I would have updated you all. We know that they filed a lawsuit. We know that we're waiting on that. The only update we have, the only new information, which is questionable if this is even real, is this article that was posted by The Sun, claiming that Brian Laundrie fled his home in wake of Gabby Petito's murder after fearing that his mom was going to be arrested. Nothing about her actually being arrested, but that he feared that she might be arrested. Supposedly an anonymous source came to The Sun and gave him all types of information about what was going on with the Laundries. Now, this stuff could be possibly true. The Sun is like it's 50-50. You know, sometimes they just spread fake nonsense, and sometimes they do get exclusive information. They did break some news a couple of times during the Gabby Petito case, so I'm not going to immediately dismiss this as if it's not real, but this is an anonymous source. For all we know, it could be this YouTuber calling The Sun and telling them this information so he can make these clickbait videos. But here's the article. Guilt, the media frenzy, protesters, and the threat of his mother getting arrested pushed him over the edge, a family source told The Sun in an exclusive interview. I'm sure he was contemplating everything, said the source, who wished to remain anonymous. I'm sure he told his parents he would turn himself in and fight the case, the source said. But that whole day was awful. The source close to the Laundrie family was referring to September 13th, when Brian told his parents that he was going for a hike in the Carlton Reserve behind his parents' Northport, Florida home. That was the last time he was seen alive. The police were talking to Stephen Bertolino, the Laundrie's lawyer, and all the media frenzy stuff started. Brian found out they might arrest his mom. That's when he left, the source said. His dad tried to stop him since he was leaving upset, but Brian said he needed to get fresh air and clear his head, which wasn't unusual for him. So, I mean, once again, we don't know if this source is even real. We have no clue. The source goes on to say, and his parents are falling apart. It kills me because it's not their fault. They didn't cause this and they didn't deserve this. I get such an awful knot in my stomach knowing they're suffering so much. The bottom line is the Petitos filed this lawsuit knowing that if his mom did do anything, that she could be blaming herself and is living with the consequences. And then the article doesn't say anything else, but it just goes over a bunch of information that we already know. Where this person got that Brian Laundrie's mom got arrested from, I don't know. It's pretty blatantly obvious if you look at some of his videos that he literally just comes up with stuff off the top of his head and just puts it in the title of his videos in order to get people to click on his videos. But I'm not sure if this source is telling the truth. It doesn't sound outlandish. It doesn't sound like something that's unfathomable. I mean, I would assume that that was probably one of the reasons why Brian decided to leave, because he realized, you know, with the media pressure going on, that not only was he going to go to jail for a fact, but now he was putting his family at risk. So maybe all in all, Brian did the right thing, because if Brian would have stuck around, I do believe his parents were they were going to try to get him out of the country, and they probably all would be behind bars right now. So maybe Brian Laundrie did the right thing for his family in the long run. As far as this source goes, it's an anonymous source. I don't know how serious to take it. At the end, they're kind of blaming the Petitos for filing this lawsuit, saying they know that Roberta is already going through so much and she's already dealing with the consequences. But I mean, how can you expect the Petitos not to file a lawsuit after how they were treated by the Laundrie family? So the source goes on to kind of paint the Laundries out to be the victim in the situation. So right off the bat, just judging by that, this source can kiss my lily white ass, because I don't care what they have to say at this point. And like I said, we don't even know if this source is real. The Sun doesn't know this source is real. They're just saying an anonymous person reached out to them and told them this information. And honestly, it's not anything that's like too super top secret. It's something that any of us could have, thought of. We could have all come to this conclusion on our own. I think a lot of us already suspected that the reason he went and took himself out is because the guilt started weighing on him, because of how big the media frenzy got around the case, because his parents were at risk. But no, Brian Laundrie's mom, unfortunately, did not get arrested. I wish she did. I wish she did. That would have been some awesome news. To come straight out of surgery and see that Brian Laundrie's mom got arrested, that I would have recovered right then and there. I would have sprang right out of my hospital bed and ran out and just danced in the rain. But no, she did not get arrested. And I'm not even sure if this little bit of information is reliable or if it's just some random person on the internet posting this stuff. But I want to know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. Be careful, as always, for people who do things like this. I'm not sure why they do it, but they do. And they're out there and they're constantly spreading fake information. So be careful where you get your information from. But while you're here, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And as always, find some time out of your day to go watch a movie.